Hello and welcome to episode 30 of Trade Talks Unlocking the Experience. I'm Kayla McGowan, editor-in-chief for R&R, and today I have a very special guest with me here, Bill Luallen. He's the technical director of XL North, a division of the textile, rubber, and chemical company. He has served over 25 years in the floor care industry. He serves as IICRC Technical Advisory Committee Chair for the Commercial Carpet Maintenance Technician Committee, which is the CCMT. He participates in CRI 204 and 205, which is the carpet maintenance and cleaning standards. So without further ado, please welcome Bill Luallen.
Thanks for having me, Kayla.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. I am so glad our paths have crossed again. This is just a real full circle moment for me. And I know you've been in the industry for quite some time, but maybe give a little bit of background of how you ended up here. I think we all have a very unique story, and I'd love for you to share yours.
Well, it is a varied one. After high school, went into the Navy. Actually, did a lot of polishing floors on board ship. Didn't think I'd ever do it again. Got out, moved to Columbus, got into renovation, home construction, which ended up leading me. Actually, my wife is an industrial designer, commercial space planner. So was associated with the commercial industry and the commercial interior built environment. So I first latched on to Shaw Industries, worked for Shaw. I worked for Mohawk Industries. I worked then for a commercial floor care and installation provider owned by Interface Resource Technologies, and just morphed into maintenance. And I think one of the common threads was, and I say this today in all my training classes, that manufactured flooring isn't design engineered, specified, or manufactured to fail. We typically end up failing the flooring somehow. The consumer or their subsequent contractors. We maintain them improperly, and subsequently we have issues. So my brain is wired for problem solving. It always has been, and so that's where I moved from product and installation to the maintenance side. And so for the last 15 years, I've been the technical director for XL North. We are a floor care chemistry division of textile, rubber, and chemicals. So we are here to solve problems for the manufacturer and certainly for the service providers.
Yeah, that's so key to talk about too, maintenance, right? I think that's where all of us come in as far as industry professionals. We need to make sure we're maintaining things properly, not taking shortcuts. And if we are, it becomes a problem, right? And so I think what you've done is you've dabbled a little bit. You've understood the materials and wear and tear is part of that as well. And then
Yeah.
now you're in the, hey, let's problem solve this. How do we do better to make sure that our customers, floor is taken care of? And every single building we occupy has a floor, right?
It,
So
it, it is absolutely the most abused surface. It's one of the most expensive surfaces, but certainly the most abused surface in a structure, whether it's a residence or a commercial setting. And if we can maintain the flooring and extend the life of that while giving the occupants a cleaner environment to be in, then it's a win-win.
exactly, exactly. So talking about this, why don't you talk a little bit about what your topic is on here at the experience coming up in April? The beauty of this event is to bring in everybody from all over the industry, not just restoration, not just cleaning or flooring or inspection. It's to bring everybody together so we can all become better professionals. So can you kind of dive into that for me?
Well, and you pointed out that restoration, and cleaning, it's hand in hand, and no pun intended there. Restoration is the process of cleaning and getting it to a point of acceptable structure and facility. And, and so we're cleaning. My topic is going to be about resilient flooring. And, we could certainly talk about commercial carpet. We could talk about stone, masonry, and tile. But here we're going to talk about resilient and the evolution of resilient. Uh, in the past, resilient floor was mostly a strip and finish product, typically VCT. In the age of calling something maybe not quite what it is, we call things linoleum when it's actually mostly a vinyl situation. But what we're going to do is we're going to cover what we are walking on, how it's made in a nutshell, and then we're going to talk about the processes that we can do to maintain or to restore those products. So it's just going to be a 30,000-foot perspective of resilient flooring and how resilient flooring has really changed from, again, moving from that just vinyl composite tile or vinyl composition tile into all of these new materials that the manufacturers are providing for the consumer.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a key topic because I think it's no, secret that a lot of homeowners are moving into that resilient space if they haven't already. Not just for look and feel, but they believe the ease of cleaning and maintaining is there for them. And just some people just don't like carpet, unfortunately. We have carpet and hard surface in our home, and I wouldn't change that. I think it's a good thing to have downstairs for us personally in the desert, but upstairs it's nice to have carpet in the bedrooms and all of that too. So I think this is key because our professionals, our industry professionals are running into resilient flooring more and more, which means there's probably more and more problems that come hand in hand with people having resilient flooring in their homes. And I think it's a key topic. So thank you for diving into that there.
Well, I have to tell you, with shows on HGTV and other outlets, thanks to Chip and JoJo, what they see is migrating now into all these into this consumers' homes. And so we're taking materials that often a residential cleaner or a restorer would not see unless they work in the commercial setting, and they're being dropped into residential settings. So understanding what you're looking at, identifying that is the key to not damaging things.
Exactly. And I think, this kind of leads me into a question of, why is it important for us as industry professionals and even our suppliers to adapt to our customers' expectations and trends, if you will?
Yeah, so I'm a granola head, a tree hugger, if you will. I live in eastern Kentucky on 45 acres in Daniel Boone National Forest. So I don't want things to go into the landfill. And to be able to do that, we need to be able to maintain the materials that are down on the floor properly. These newer materials, although very old and very popular, hadn't really been into the marketplace on a frequency or an acceptable level. And so the unknowing eye may look at a material and say, oh, that's a vinyl, when actually that may be a linoleum product made of natural ingredients that is susceptible to higher pH and moisture, or it could be a rubber floor product that is susceptible to higher pH damage. And so we need to be able to identify those, whether it's asking the right question. And like I think I referred earlier, a consumer may say, oh, that's linoleum, when that actually may be a vinyl product that isn't moisture sensitive or isn't pH sensitive. So being able to trust but verify is one of the most important steps in the maintenance or cleaning restoration process.
Yeah, and I would definitely say this is where collaboration comes in as well too, right? Because, even if you are a contractor and you're coming in to do work or whatever, coming in for cleaning or, maybe there's a water damage or something, if you can't identify it, that's where the collaboration comes in, right? Where you can have
Yeah.
industry contacts like yourself to come in and say, actually, no, that's not linoleum. And I think that that's key because you could actually mishandle the product and actually damage it, right? So I think that's really key. And this is what this is all about, too. That's why your topic is extremely important because this industry is ever evolving. Customers' wants, needs, are always changing too. Like you said, Chip and JoJo over here, inspiring everybody to put these surfaces in their homes, which is not a problem. But for us to be able to keep up and make sure that we're aware of what products are out there, we need to do our due diligence and be a little proactive. So I'm excited to see what you have to
Same
say.
here.
I think everybody will be too. But before we close out, what is one fun fact about you? I know one, but I'd like you to share and I can kind of add on there.
Well, actually, my company kind of put it out in public form. I'm a mountain bike racer. I ride the Peloton when the weather's inclement or I don't have time to get out and ride. But I race mountain bikes. I like the endurance side. I'm too old for downhill and enduro. I've broken a few too many bones and a couple of concussions, so kind of quit that portion of it. But I really enjoy competing against myself in the ultra endurance side of things. So yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
kind
I
of
would
fun.
definitely say some of my highlights from you just through the years is definitely like no matter where we are, what we're doing, you will make sure that you get in your Peloton ride or whatever you need to do to stay active. And that's one thing that I think is extremely important in our industry too, because it's a stress reliever. It's also a clarity thing for your mind, right?
Right. And I look at it, and this may sound odd, but I look at what I do, with the Peloton or out training, the same way I do at work. If I can continue to hone my skill sets, and you'll see at the experience, I bring two Pelican cases full of samples, and I whether I'm teaching the RFMT class, the CCMT class, or the SMT class, it's about passing on knowledge to the participants so that they can help identify. And we'll also talk about touching base with manufacturers, and that's where we really close that loop so that we can all be better at what we do.
Yeah, that's so key too. And I think being able to look, touch, and feel at things makes a huge difference too, right? It's one thing to see photos on a screen, or have a description read to you or talked to you about, but when you're able to see it and feel it and ask questions, I think that just makes the experience so much more valuable. And that's what this is all about, right? The experience. You
The
want everybody to
experience,
have a great
right?
experience. So with that being said, thank you for your time today, Bill. We hope
My pleasure.
everybody comes down and sees us at the experience April 8th through 10th at the Charlotte Harbor Convention Center in Punta Gorda, Florida. You can register right now on rnrmagonline.com. And if you'd love to see more of our content, as always, you can check out our podcasts on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. A very special thank you to Mr. Bill Luallen. This is
My
Trade
pleasure.
Talks, Unlocking the Experience. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you very soon. Take care.